talking to Jay Cameron. He is I consider him a serial entrepreneur. You have many businesses, Jay, that quite frankly before, and I don't know if people caught that, you built a seven-figure business in this business model alone. I just need to
Yes.
put that out there, y'all. And I'm not going to get into your business, but I'm going to say this, Jay. Jay, this didn't come out of the blue. Can you talk to us a little bit about the necessity of momentum, particularly as a business owner, and how to be able to jump from crest to crest to crest of waves when they're coming and going, how to surf that thing right? Come on, talk to us a little bit.
Well, when it comes to momentum, it's, there are different types of momentum, and oftentimes momentum begins with us, and that goes back to the mindset. I knew that I had a level of success with other businesses that provided me and it put me in a position financially there was a financial momentum that was happening. There were a lot of things that were being paid off. There were a lot of things that were going on. I removed myself from certain ventures and activities that were not necessarily beneficial to me and my family anymore. So once I did that, this momentum was happening. And so because I was in that space, I could now see other opportunities. Sometimes when you're financially overwhelmed, either you're not in a position to take advantage of a financial opportunity or you can't see it. So the momentum began as I was listening earlier, the importance of making sure that those personal resources, business resources, are allocated properly. And then now, oh, here's an opportunity. I can take advantage of that. And that's what happened when it came to the travel component. It was like everything lined up. 2018 came in, the children were getting older, things were happening where some of the responsibilities that I had in place before were now starting to release somewhat. Also, when it came to financially, there were things that were happening and they were starting to release. So I was able to kind of say, okay, I can spend more time devoted to this. And as that happened, this new door opened. And it was all because of the platform that had already been laid. And then, momentum also comes from the standpoint of knowledge and understanding because you have more experience. So I had experience from over the years. My learning curve was shorter because I understood how to work with people and how to deal with personalities. That's something that's so important. Especially if you're leading something and you're requiring other people to execute, when you have a level of experience of working with people and personalities, you always carry that with you no matter where you go. So when it was time for me to jump into the travel component, all of the different people that I've hired in a paid capacity, the different volunteers that I worked with over the years, it was almost like I had the instincts that were in place. So now the learning curve was cut shorter. I knew what to do. I knew what not to do. And that's what helped to accelerate this travel business to seven figures, really, Glenn, in less than 2 years, because COVID came along and that wiped out an entire year. But the other thing I did, and this is so important, this is another instinct and another key component of momentum. In 2020, we were gearing up for a big year for travel to Africa. Obviously, nothing happened in 2020. So the borders were closed. And in October of 2020, I said, you know what? I said, the world is shut down, but I'm going to go back over to Africa. I'm going to go lay the foundation and establish the relationships I need to. So when this releases, we will be in position to handle everything that's going to come. Now, did I know what was going to come? I said, I don't know what's going to come, but I know something's going to come. So my instincts from over the years told me that I needed to be in position. So I came when everybody else was at home. I was in Tanzania. I was in Ghana. I was in Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. And then what I decided to do during the middle of all of this, I said, we're still going to do tours to Ghana. So we'll focus on Ghana. So in April of 2021, we're still doing tours. June 2021, this is going to be how this all comes around is going to make sense. And I hope it inspires someone. June 2021, July 2021, August 2021, October 2021, November 21. So you now 6 tours just with those groups. And I had other people coming in on private tours. And this was in 2021. The world was still kind of on that shutdown phase. Here comes 2022. Larger companies are watching the momentum that we established in 2021 because guess what? Everybody's online. Everybody's paying attention. You know, nobody's moving like that. So they're like, who's this guy that's over in Africa? And I'm using YouTube, you know, I'm using whatever platform I can. So larger companies that have larger audiences look and they say, well, you know what, we want to partner with him because we never even thought about going to Africa. We're going everywhere else. We never even thought about it. So that's when we signed the first 7-figure contract. Then the next company comes in and gets us well into the headed towards another 7 figures. These aren't even my tours, meaning these aren't the maximum impact tours. These are companies that we're working with that have a larger audience. So then I said, let's go ahead and put our maximum impact tours out there. We go to Tanzania. The people who went with us to Ghana in 2021, more than half of them came back with us to Tanzania in 2022. Then we put Egypt up. The people who went with us to Ghana in 2021, more than half of them sold out our Egypt tour. So now all of this is momentum that's happening. The momentum that started in 2020 by me going to Africa when everything was shut down, laid the foundation for me to go to Ghana in 2021, which now here we are in 2022. Next week, now we're looking at people who would have been with us on 3 tours. So the part of that momentum is being able to have these instincts and being able to go through uncomfortable times, because it was not comfortable. It's not always comfortable to be on the road and to be traveling. And whatever it is in your business, it might not be comfortable. But if you're trying to establish momentum, sometimes you have to do unconventional things and be consistent with it and see how it all plays out.
Man, let me say this. I'm about to blow up over here. Jay, I can't take it, man. I can't take it. I put it in the chat. I hope y'all are paying attention. I hope y'all are paying attention, Jay. It's something that, and I need you guys to listen. And here's the question I need you to ask. How does this relate to me where I am in my business? Please ask yourself that question. Because I believe that if you identify that question, it's possible for you to arrive at an answer to that question. See, because if you're sitting here geeking off of Jay's success, and you're finding yourself saying, yes, praise the Lord, that is, I love, bump that. I need you to ask the question, how does this apply to me?